Hey dumplings, it's David Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is not a clickbait. I kind of wish it was, because it seems like BTS might be in a little bit of trouble for absolutely no reason. I mean, there's never really any good reason, but apparently a running congressman for Florida did say that Jungkook or BTS is on notice, which is just another way of the congressman saying that they're going to be watching BTS or that the government is going to be watching them. So obviously I have a lot of thoughts on this. This is crazy. I also want to talk about the time when RM says that he needed to apologize to a girlfriend. That is of course a much lighter tea. Will end there. So if you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave a hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's go. I do feel like things kind of in the world right now are a little bit crazy, especially in the K-pop world. And there's a lot of stuff going on with BTS and with Jungkook specifically. People like to call out Jungkook because I guess he's the face that everyone remembers. But I guess when you are that famous and that big of a person, you obviously then have such a huge impact on the world, and there's no doubt that when BTS says something, there is huge impact in the world. Crazy things like this can happen. It's no surprise that of course ARMYs and a lot of K-pop stans are huge anti-racists and big political activists. BTS themselves have come out and said that they are political activists. They have no involvement in what we are talking about today, as in they have never come out and endorsed what we are talking about today. But they have been vocal about being activists for many things, such as equal rights. So of course, if the fandom agrees, and they do, they're going to speak out on a lot of equal rights things, such as the Black Lives Matter movement, even Trump. From what I'm aware of, BTS never came out and publicly told ARMYs or K-pop stans to do any of the following that I am about to say. But of course, it's no surprise that the fandom is activists, so they do that on their own. The person that I personally feel like is very much against equal rights is Trump. Not too long ago, Trump held a rally, which as he normally does, right? It was supposed to be in this kind of really big stadium, and I believe attending the rally is free. You just have to kind of RSVP for a ticket or something. I'm sure a lot of you were aware of like the viral TikTok, but if you weren't, let's talk about it. There was a TikTok going around telling K-pop stans to reserve their seat for the Trump rally, and then basically no show. This way you have like hundreds, potentially even thousands of seats that were sold out during a Trump rally, but then no one actually ends up going, and Trump ends up being quite embarrassed, only to go and to actually have no one there. I didn't really talk about this while it was happening. I didn't feel like it was anything to mention. Everything seemed to be kind of doing its own thing. But like with the seating, I was very much confused. Like, was there no limit to how many people could RSVP for a seat? Like, I heard millions of people were signing up. There could have been no way 1 million people could fit inside that stadium. So the administration who was hosting the event, at no point did they think, how is all these people that are RSVPing going to fit into the stadium? Like, how are we going to hold 1 million people here? But yet they hosted the event there anyway, thinking maybe not that many people would show up. And then of course, lo and behold, no one showed up, or at least not that many people showed up. Trump of course was very salty about this. All these flavors, and you choose to be salty. Sugar is also a seasoning too, cinnamon as well. You can even be spicy. I would imagine anyone who supports Trump, anyone who is trying to run to be a part of the administration of Trump, would probably support him and be a little bit salty as well. So they of course are going to be upset that K-pop or ARMYs are doing this. I do believe it was a lot of ARMYs that did take place and took a part of this. Trump is very much that person where he's like, say whatever you want, whether that's ignorant or racist or all that stuff. And of course now the people that are running within the administration feel very safe to not be politically correct and say things that are very racist and ignorant. And some of the dumbest things you've ever heard of. We're going to get into some of those things. So a running congressman for Florida put out this tweet. It's really funny actually, and the replies are just, we're going to read it, we're going to talk about it. The tweet says, last month, @AOC worked with K-pop agents via the app TikTok to sabotage the president's rally. K-pop is foreign propaganda. Why was AOC conspiring with Koreans such as Jungkook and BTS, big-time socialists, to undermine our president? TikTok is Chinese-owned. Kim Jong-un knew? You, I think, should not be allowed to have opinions. So I think this guy is running for Florida, which is quite sad. Just throw the whole state away, please. If you are from Florida, that is okay. You're more than welcome to move up north. This sounds like something a toddler would write. First off, AOC, which is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I believe is her name. She is another politician in the government. She's very much against Trump and very much against Trump's policies. She wants a more like peaceful world, let's say. She's also very young and very much with the times, so she's probably one of the few politicians who knows what TikTok is. And she may or may not have been aware of the stuff that was going on in TikTok, such as this TikTok getting together K-pop fan thing. I personally have not seen any tweets from her saying she endorses buying these tickets pickets to sabotage the rally. I could be wrong and she has said those things, I just haven't seen it. Now, number B of reason why you're wrong, K-pop is music. That's it. It's always been music. It's been music for ages. There's no political message behind Euphoria, Boy With Love, even Idol. It's just art. Nothing political about those songs, lyrically even. And calling BTS big time socialists, that's a bit of a stretch. They're not really even in American government. They don't even follow American laws because they're Korean. They listen and probably follow Korean politics. Which, are they socialist? I have no idea. And they might not even be aware of Trump's policies. They have never come out, I believe, and said anything about Trump. Given, of course, it probably doesn't affect them. They don't live here. Now, letter 3 of all, why you're wrong. TikTok is American owned. In 2018, they hired a high executive of Walt Disney to take over TikTok. And finally, Kim Jong-un is from North Korea. BTS is from South Korea. Kim Jong-un does not have any control over South Korea or BTS. But funny enough, this comes right after the statement that you say TikTok is Chinese owned. So do you think Kim Jong-un is from China? There is literally nothing correct about this tweet, nothing accurate at all. It's extremely racist. And this is a running congressman. Is someone making sure he is saying things correctly? Because there needs to be someone double checking his Twitter. Please someone tweet him this video. You are a congressman. Your job is to make sure you double check and fact check everything you are saying because you have influence in the world. And you choose to spew garbage. Imagine passing laws when you don't even know half the facts. One person just tweeted this image right here in response to the running congressman's tweet. Literally, the congressman's tweet sounds like something I would think of at 2 a.m. when I'm just like writing down my thoughts. When I can't sleep and I'm just having like a fever dream and nothing makes any sense. It's like, oh my god, I pieced it together. When in reality, it's like, no sis, you did nothing. He also has some crazy theories about Beyonce too, but we're not gonna get into that. No one in the replies agrees with you, and these are the people that are gonna be voting for you. There are other tweets like this. These just aren't connecting the way that you think they are. Now, what is interesting is because when fandoms do something like this, the fandom of course rarely ever gets the blame. The blame goes on to the group. In this case, it's BTS. And they never really got involved in this in any way. Now, obviously, BTS's name is being dragged into the government for some reason. If you told me 3 years ago that a congressman or a government would be constantly saying a celebrity's name or a K-pop idol's name, I would think you're crazy. However, 2020 has been crazy. What's new? But there was another tweet that the congressman put out, like literally the next day, saying this: KW Miller has put big-time socialists on notice. KW Miller has exposed the deep state and much of the Illuminati. I'm not done yet. Please donate today to get me to Congress. Donate at... Basically saying that BTS is now on notice. For what? I can assure you there's nothing to look at. You're just going to be enjoying some nice K-pop music. Thanks for the support, I guess. Stream on, please. And also, I want to quickly just say, this is what happens when you look for things to be mad about. Like I've said before, if you look for the bad in people, you will find the bad in people. It won't make any sense, like this tweet, but you'll find the bad in people. By the way, this is how some of you haters look when you hate on people for no reason. Just FYI, because literally reading this tweet made me feel like I was reading my Twitter mentions. Jungkook, of course, is going to continue to get hate for things that are not related to him, or for things he obviously didn't do. It was recently circulated and popped up that RM would apologize to a girlfriend, if he had one, just for being famous. RM's ideal kind of dating situation would to obviously be dating like a normal person, going out to the movies, going to the restaurant, which is less likely now and probably won't happen for a while. It's considered life-threatening to go to a restaurant now. It was reported in an interview that RM mentioned if he ever went to date someone that was not a K-pop idol, or just someone who was not famous, he would feel like he would have to apologize constantly because he would be so busy. I need to know how K-pop idols and celebrities date. How do you find the time? I just don't understand this at all. I barely found time to go to the bathroom when I was in high school and had a full-time job. Yet some of you guys can hold a full relationship. Like, I spend most of my time replying to you guys and I don't even get back to the people that are texting my phone. RM didn't mention just an apology, but he kind of mentioned that he would dream about making an apology with a song. And then romantically, she would forgive him and they would have 10 babies. I believe it was mentioned that he did write a song to one of his ex-girlfriends. I don't know, but would it be weird for the ex-girlfriend's current partner if she kept to the song? He might be like,
why do you still have this song?
Or maybe perhaps she would regret leaving RM. But literally RM would have no time to date right now. I don't know if the song was ever published for us to hear or for us to listen to somewhere, but you probably wouldn't find it anyway because maybe he didn't use his original name. And he also mentioned how he didn't title the song. And if he ever made a song apologizing to his girlfriend about how famous famous he was, it would probably be something along the lines of loving her even regardless of his amazing fame. He meets girls everywhere, meet and greets and all that stuff, but he still thinks about his one girlfriend. He stays loyal. So obviously, I'm very curious to hear your opinions on the Congressman. I'm also very curious to hear your opinions on the whole making music for a girlfriend type of thing. I'd also be very curious if you would like to hear the song that RM put out for his girlfriend. So let me know what you think about this. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. As always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon, kind of check that out and contribute anything you can over there. Really does help kind of keep the channel going and help me make better videos, all that jazz. So make sure you check it out. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, and you can even recommend things over there. So make sure you check that out. Link in the top of the description down below. There's also 2 videos that will appear on the screen at the end of the video. So click on one of those and I will see you over there. Bye.